What is up everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are continuing with Smallville as we always do, and we are on to episode 10 of season 4, so we are flying through season 4. We're almost at the halfway point, I should say, and I'm absolutely loving this season so far. I say that about every season because I absolutely loved every season, but this season has just been amazing. It's probably my favourite so far, like overall. There's such a strong start to the season with the first 4 episodes, and then to be able to continue that with taking away such a prominent character that's made those first 4 episodes so brilliant is just remarkable to me. I've really got to give the writers and the cast and crew their credit on this one because I'm blown away by this season so far. And in the last episode we left off with, we got introduced to Genevieve, which was in fact Jason's mother, but we got introduced to her through a dream that Lana was having when she was reliving her life as Isabel, or her ancestor's life as Isabel, I should say, which gives us a heavy impression that there's something up with her. And it certainly makes sense considering the coincidental romance between Lana and Jason, so to say. Like, it all happened so interestingly, I suppose would be the right word. The fact that they met in Paris, and the fact that he's came back to Smallville to be with her as well. Like, it all does seem like something has been destined there, or something is fated, or possibly even Genevieve herself is setting something up. But I haven't even talked about the whole episode in itself being a murder mystery revolving around Lex, which I absolutely loved as well. We had a brilliant guest star in Colby Smulders. I thought she was fantastic in the episode. I thought she was a very interesting antagonist for the episode, and I really enjoyed her. I thought she was quite charming, and she was also very manipulative, but also very clever, very delicate with how she planned the situation. In the end, her emotions got the better of her, and some significant help from Clark. But I really enjoyed the episode altogether. But the big thing for me is that thing with Genevieve and what's going on there. I'm really interested to find out a little bit more, because I had a feeling from the beginning that Jason's character was meant to be more than just a football coach and being with Lana, and he's lost the football coach aspect, at least currently anyway, and I don't know if that's going to come back. I'll be gutted if it doesn't, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm really curious to see what sort of story they do tell with Jason, and is he part witch? Does he have something to do with this? I mean, I don't think so, with the relationship him and his mum seem to have in the last episode, but it could all be a setup. We just have to wait and see. We also had Lionel helping out in the last episode, trying to make some progress, and I'm still not sure if I believe him or not, but only time will tell. At the very least, I'm open to seeing the possibility of significant change, but I need some significant things from Lionel before we go down that route. But I really want to check this episode out now, guys, and I'm sure you do as well. This has been far too long of an introduction already as it is, so let's get into this reaction now. But just before I do, be sure to let me know your favourite episode down in the comments below. Give me the season number and the episode number, and if it's one we haven't seen already, when we get to that one, I'll give it a little bit more attention, and I'll give you a mention in the video. So let me know that in the comments down below, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and let's get to it. Who is visiting the Kent farm now?
Lana.
I was hoping that you were up. It's about Jason.
She gonna tell him about the dream?
Lana, I'm not this.
Actually, I think that you're exactly who I should be talking. Matt, the way he followed me here, the way he got a job at my school.
It is all weird.
Everything that Jason has told me has been a lie.
I don't know.
I'm starting to wonder if there's another reason why I came to Smallville besides me. But he's really starting to scare me.
What the fuck is going on?
Lana.
This can't be real, right?
I'd never let anything.
And it's made one thing very clear. I never should have given up on it.
Yeah, this is some bullshit.
I can myself as much as I want.
It's definitely a dream. But the real question is, whose dream is it? Clark or Lana's? I'm guessing it's gotta be Clark's. Ooh, go on, Lana. Oh! Now Jason showed up. What the hell? Maybe it's Lana's dream.
Haven't you heard her enough already?
Got bleeding as well.
Jason!
Ah. Jason knocked his ass out. Maybe it is Lana's nightmare.
Clark can't protect. Nobody can.
Why is he hunting her down? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? It was Jason's dream! What? I'll tell you what, they caught me off there! What the fuck?
Someone call an ambulance! Jason, can you...
No way, man! I thought it had to be Clark or Lana's dream. I knew it wasn't real as soon as they started going down the relationship lines in the very beginning. But fuck, I didn't expect it to be Jason's, like, nightmare. Why is he dreaming of that? And why is he dreaming of him hunting Lana down? Could it be something to do with his mum? I love this intro. Jason could be seriously hurt from that fall. Wonder if Jason's mum's gonna show up.
The doctors don't. His heart's beating a mile a minute and they can't get his blood pressure down.
What the hell happened to him?
Mode. Like he's having a severe nightmare.
Has he been drugged or something?
And I ran upstairs to grab a jacket. And I heard a crash. That's it. He's been perfectly healthy. Get his heart rate down. Then he could have a heart attack.
Jeez.
They must have some idea of what caused this.
First time I saw him, he was lying on the talon floor.
Well, let us know if there's anything we can do to help, okay?
They need his apartment. Could you guys go get it for me? I don't want to leave his side.
Poor Jason. He has to have been drugged or something, right? Like maybe his mum like cast a spell on him because I'm convinced she's a witch.
Clark, I don't mean to go all Dr. Phil on you, but that they're in a relationship?
Come on, Chloe, I'm past that.
Yeah, I should have known by that crippling stare on your...
Just could have used some more time to ease into it, you know?
Well, that's not exactly your decision.
He's out of.
Just by the time that I found out, they were already this...
It's for her own reasons. I don't think I have to tell you that.
I don't
It
think
is
going
true.
through Jason's personal things falls under your Snoop jurisdiction.
I think maybe if we backtrack through Jason's last couple of days, it might help. Jason had a meeting at Luther Corp this morning.
Of course he did.
Why didn't Lana say something?
But now we're going to Luther Corp. What has happened here? He's been drugged or he's been like... He's gone into some sort of experiment like Chloe did.
I don't know. But while you're talking to Lex, I'm gonna give myself a little back.
What is Lex working on now?
Your security seems a little MIA lately.
That's obvious, but this is restricted. I need someone to escort a guest. Just got in from Metropolis. I got a lot to do.
Just now.
Lex seems really
You had a
concerned.
meeting with Jason. You giving him a job?
Just some leads. He didn't even want Lana to know about it. I'm surprised he...
The hospital. Some sort of neurological stress. I've been the last person to talk to him.
Look, I'll track
Could be a lot of reasons why this place is deserted halfway through Saturday's shift.
Metropolis and take a look at it. Assure Lana
What
I'm doing
are you
everything I can.
hiding? What are you hiding, Lex? It's almost like he knows something's got out. He's definitely been experimenting on something and it's got out. It's gotta be, right? This infected Jason. Oh no, Chloe. Get your ass out of there. You're gonna end up getting infected just like Jason did. This is like the infection chamber. What the fuck is this? No, we don't go in there. Why would you approach it? Like, no! This thing's gonna, like, eat Chloe. At least he's restrained.
Chloe.
What the fuck?
You can't deny family ever have.
Is it a metahuman that, like, transmits their nightmares and their, like, biggest fears or something? Like, it can, like, bring it out of them. Is it going to be a meta or is it going to be Chloe's mum? Is she already in the nightmare? It's her! What? Chloe's been infected! Was there a meta in there or is it like a gas or a toxin? Easy little knockout for Clark. So, like, do we think the room was infected or not? Or was there an actual meta?
How the hell does a lab explode?
It's very difficult to predict how our chemicals will react.
He has been experimenting on the meteor rocks.
Once the situation is dismantled.
But, Mr. Luther,
God.
never market the compound.
And exactly what is the mark if all unconscious, Dr. Ford?
Well, think of the good. I mean, we could statistics to prove.
Statistics aren't lying in those beds. My
Chemical
employees-
warfare.
And I'm afraid they're not the only ones.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I mean, the bacteria can't be inhaled directly.
And there's no need to call the CDC and panic the entire town.
So is it only in this certain room then? But how did Chloe get in?
This will clarify when it reaches, and then we can test it.
What's the ETA?
Another 5 hours.
Ooh.
8 other people.
5 hours of having to survive this condition.
The doctors haven't found anything in common?
Yeah, but half of the victims of the hospital weren't. Completely at random. There's no way to tell who's gonna be next.
Air or the water?
Yeah, maybe it'll show up in some environmental quality report.
What if it leaks out of the factory and spreads around Smallville?
Yes, I just didn't know where else to go. Clark told us about Jason.
Lana, do the doctors have any idea at all what's...
I can't just sit in that hospital watching Chloe and Jason die. I want to help.
Ooh, Lana wants to get involved. Do it! Lana and Clark team up. How are they going to reverse this though before they die? Jason's got to survive another 5 hours.
I understand your cynicism, Warden Stone, but I assure...
Just a smart one.
Say the warden don't buy it.
In St. Paul, there hasn't been a single attempt on your life.
What is the value of my sinful life? Ample to shepherd fellow sinners, to lead them away from greed, to follow a better way.
Listen to him on his high and mighty horse.
What do you mean?
The appellate court overturned your conviction.
What?
My appeal doesn't come up for months. It's not
He's
possible.
been released?
Possible in this judicial system?
How the fuck has Lionel got out this quick?
The system. I hired the best lawyers in the world, of the United States, and I was told categorically,
You do not want to be telling me things of this nature.
not of the crime I've been in prison for, but years ago.
How?
It's where I can do the most good.
Lionel wants to stay in prison.
I do. I've found my...
Contrary to your deluded point of view, this
He's
is
the
not
Messiah
West
of Belle Reve.
Where you can favor by getting you out of this place. I'd say be grateful. Obviously someone more powerful than you.
I wonder if it's that woman that we saw pick
soon
up
as his paperwork
Edgar
is
a
finished,
couple of episodes
You're a
ago.
free man.
Because we haven't seen her come back yet. Lionel is out of prison. I was not expecting that. And he doesn't want to leave either. They're really trying to sell this good Lionel
According to the hourly
story.
satellite images, we had clear skies all morning.
Hourly? Can we get it a bit more specific? You know, I just don't understand why Jason wouldn't
Might have been a blow to his pride, accepting Lex's offer.
Especially after
Maybe
finding
that's
out
where
he
all
was the
this
one
has
that
been
ratted him
about.
out.
telling me.
Maybe he thought you'd seem differently if you found out.
Do you really think that I'm that shallow, Clark?
Damn!
It might take him a while to get to know you as well as I do.
I'm going to try and remember this, because I have a feeling if Lana does find out about his powers, their friendship would blow
Out
up.
of nowhere.
And then it's completely gone 5 minutes later. Why would a cloud just appear like that?
Maybe it's not a cloud.
Well, if that's the county line, then Chloe's house was right in the middle of it.
Wow, so that's how he was infected then. So it's not just Luthor Corp, but Luthor Corp's in the vicinity. So is it just from the meteor? Oh no, Lana, she's starting to get infected, isn't she? No! What is her nightmare? Is it gonna be all of her friends and family? Oh, so it's gonna be a mum and dad. Who else is gonna be here? It's her friends and family. Fuck, man. It's gotta be their deepest fears. Jason. I'm waiting for one of them to open their eyes. Who's that? Oh, it's the voice. It's the creepy ass voice. Is this gonna be Lana? A dead Lana?
They're all going to leave you.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Look at the makeup on Lana. That looked amazing.
Lana!
And now Lana's infected. Is Clark's powers the reason that he hasn't been infected yet? Because I would have thought if it's to do with the kryptonite, I thought it might have affected him even more. But maybe he's a bit resistant to it. I love that makeup and special effects on Lana though. That looked really, really good. Is the cure finally ready?
We have never tested this antidote. I urge you to try it.
He's about to die. Do you see any other options for us?
Inoculation. It contains traces of the infectious element. Assuming it works.
Oh shit. Famous saying it gets worse before it gets better. It's gonna be actual in this.
To a minimum. I'm responsible for this plant and everyone who works here.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine that having to live your worst fear and a nightmare continually until your body gives out from the stress of being in a continued panic attack. Lex is gonna get a tear in his suit, innit? And they're gonna be like, he's infected! So far, so good. Oh no! Ah! His suit ripped! We got a tear! Oh my god, he died! The antidote killed him! It just sped up the panic attack. Shit! It just shut their body down quicker. And now Lex is gonna slowly get infected.
A patient named Jason Teague.
Lex, I've got my hands on Teague along with all the others in his condition.
But the others?
Fortunately, we have no idea what we're dealing with.
Morning at my plant. We thought we had it contained, but the toxin. It's possible all these people were exposed at the time.
gonna have to call the Center for Disease Control.
That doctor's pissed.
There's an antidote that my project manager's been modifying as we speak. How close is it? I assure you we will have the situation under control.
It's too late for that.
Doctor!
Now Lana's ill. Ah, I feel like Clark's...
I talked to you earlier today.
Clark, other than Jason I boast, you have to believe me.
Clark's immune because of... Oh, his powers are making him immune now. Holy shit! What just happened? Oh my god, his meteor off! Oh, is Clark infected? Holy shit! I think Clark's infected.
It all makes sense.
I think he's finally got infected. Ah!
You came the same day.
The meteor shower is the reason I'm here. John.
I wish this was real.
You're not even
He's gonna
human.
kill him.
My parents are gone because of you.
She's gonna kill him. And there we go. I'll tell you what, that dream sequence was really well done. The act was shot beautifully. I thought the effects were great. And I loved the idea of the scene. I wish it was real. Clark's powers are finally starting to give in.
I think you'd better sit down.
No, I feel fine.
Clark,
Oh, is Clark healed from it? Has his powers healed him? So did he get infected and then he's come out of it? It would make sense, right? Oh no! Everyone is infected at this point.
Mom.
It has spread around the entirety of Smallville.
Lex! I'll keep you updated. You're running out of time. I left you in the hospital. What happened?
My parents are in there now.
I do.
Oh no. Is he gonna give him his blood?
People's lives are at stake. We're running out of time.
Point the finger and decide which one of them is going to take the potential. You could be killing them.
Oh, Clark, he's destroying their antidotes. He's doing it because he knows he can save them. Fuck! Oh no, Lex is gonna have his blood. Lex is gonna have his blood. Fuck! He's testing it on himself.
Mr. Luther, no!
He's infected himself. Oh no, Lex! Oh, we get to see him as the president again! This is like a reference to season 1. I love him in that all-white suit. It looks so dapper, man. Like a skinny Wilson Fisk. What? This is like global destruction. No fucking way! Oh my god! It dived back into the fucking... That was one of the first episodes!
Get the antidote to the hospital.
Lex, you're gonna be okay.
That was so good, man! Oh, but that wasn't even like a nightmare for Lexter. That was almost like a dream in a way for him. It seemed really sadistic. But Clark saved him, so that must mean he gave him his blood, right? He must have put it in him. Look at Lionel in the white suit. Look at our Luthers in the white suits today. Is it that woman? It's gotta be that woman that took Edgar, right? And Lionel knows her. Lionel knows who it is. I'm so interested to find out who it is.
And we woke up to find that it had almost come true.
Who knows what they would have done to you?
I didn't see any other choice. Gotten closer to being able to tell someone the truth about me. Now I'm convinced more than ever that I can't tell anyone. Especially not Lana.
That nightmare scarred him.
Look back and regret not telling the people closest to you. There is a chance Lana would understand.
Well done, Martha. I'm so happy you said that to him.
Clark, look, I'm not sure that it's Lana. Be someone you can tell.
Even Jonathan. I'm glad that they're reassuring him of that, because he needs to be able to finally tell someone and feel confident that they'll still accept him. Is he leaving?
So,
Where is he going?
No, I would have been here.
I don't understand.
Why is he leaving?
I don't like this person that I'm becoming, Lana. For you to resent me as much as I resent myself, so.
Relationship with Clark is when someone isn't being honest with me. Jason, just tell me the truth.
What is he keeping from her? Is the nightmare worried him? Is it his mum? Is it him? He's actually leaving. What? No fucking way. He better come back. There's still so many unanswered questions with him.
I've seen you worked up before, but this is more than amped even for you.
It's because of how scared she was.
My feelers out for years, and something 3 months ago finally came through, so...
So we found her mum?
She's not exactly MIA, so to speak.
Oh, she got a family.
She's in a mental institution.
Oh my god, so the dream was... The dream was her mum then. I thought that was the case, but then when it was Chloe, I was confused.
The real kicker.
If there's one thing that I've learned, it's that...
Thanks. What is Clark Kent's worst nightmare?
That's a good question.
So close to you, but have no idea what you're really going through.
Yeah. Amazing how quickly that feeling of loneliness disappears. I mean, if you can't tell your best friend, who can you tell?
Come on, Clark, please! Please tell her. Oh my god, man, like, I just want Chloe to know so badly. Like, their relationship would be so good. Like, oh, it infuriates me. Like, Pete knew, and yes, we went through the issues of how that affected Pete, and it's ultimately a reason into why he left as well. So I can see why Clark is hesitant to tell anybody, and also the experiences he's had with the likes of Lana, especially this episode experiencing that nightmare, can all play a part into that. But I just want him to be comfortable to tell someone again. Like, look at the relief he got in season 2 when he was finally able to tell Pete, and Pete knew, and Clark was able to share these, not very many, because I don't think we utilized Pete the best, but like, he was able to share these certain moments with Pete that nobody else in the show he could have in those moments with him, because they would find out about his powers, or they would find out where he's from, etc. So I really just want Clark to tell Chloe, like, she would accept him. She's the one character in this show I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that if Clark told her, absolutely nothing would change. Nothing. She would still love him as much. They would still be as good of friends. Like, she's the only person I feel genuinely content in that if she found out, she would be okay with Clark and their relationship would be better for it. Like, I understand him not telling Lana. With the history that we've had, with how Lana's made her feelings clear on those certain moments of, like, you know, I think about, like, the start of season 3, I think it was, and in season 2 as well, where she's, towards the end of season 2, where she spoke about, like, how she wouldn't know how to accept that sort of change if somebody wasn't who they appeared to be, or it was an alien. I'm pretty sure Clark mentioned specifically an alien as well. So I understand those hesitations on Lana. I understand the hesitations on Lex as well, in terms of like who Lex is, how he operates. He is very sneaky. He is very suspicious. He also, you know, he's very curious about things as well, and the fascination of what Clark is and his powers could and most likely will inevitably lead Lex down a very dark path. So I totally understand Clark's conflicting feelings regarding telling Lex as well. And to be honest, I feel his conflicting feelings in telling a lot of people, but the one I feel I don't have any problem with, or I don't feel Clark should have any feelings towards a conflict of telling, is Chloe. I just feel like he could finally be honest. And this conversation that she's had with him at the end again, where she talks about her mum and is open and honest that she actually found her mum, which is another big thing. I wonder if that will ever appear in the future again, whether it's in regards to Chloe and, you know, her mental state and what she's dealing with, or if we actually visit Chloe's mum at some point in the future. That'd be interesting to see how mental she is, or how much of a state like that she is in, because obviously she's in a mental institute right now, but we don't know what level of severity she has. We only know roughly from Chloe's mentioning now and her worries about it being hereditary. So I would love to see Chloe's mum show up. I think that'd be a fun story. But in the midst of this, the big thing for me is the fact that she was able to share that with Clark, right? And get that off her chest. And she's talking about how lonely it's made her feel, and how in a way relieved she is that now she's finally been able to share that with somebody. And despite the fact she was upset for a few moments, and she is very scared visibly and fearful of what could potentially happen to her in the future. Doesn't mean it will happen. And, you know, it's eating away at her thoughts and her fears. And she was able to share that with Clark. And afterwards, you could see that sort of subtle relief and just being able to feel a bit more content that she doesn't feel so alone and isolated. And it perfectly correlates to what Clark does and how he feels on a regular basis. And Chloe just reiterating to him again that, you know, they're best friends, and she will accept him no matter what it is, and she knows things are going on. Like, that's the other big thing for me, right? Like, the last few episodes in particular as well, I feel like they've gone out of their way to make, like, very, I don't want to say it's very subtle, because it's not, but it's like obviously subtle, if you understand what I mean by that. It's subtle, but it's pretty obvious it's happening at the same time, that Chloe is gradually picking up on there is genuinely something about Clark. She doesn't know what it is, but he's always there to save the day. He's always the one that comes up with the solution, or he's always there to help his friends. And it's just too much of a coincidence now. She is a fucking journalist. She is a reporter, for God's sake. Like, she has picked up on these signs 100%. And her friendship has 1,000,000% also blinded her to certain signs and certain instances where her journalist side would pick up on, because of the relationship and friendship she has with Clark. And that's I totally accept that, because you do have blinders for your friends. That is the truth. When you care about somebody, you aren't able to see certain things as clearly as you might like, because of the way that you feel towards them and the relationship that you have with them. So I totally get that, but it's gone on for so long that her journalist side has had to pick up on so many of them, and it's gotten to a point where she knows that there is just something up with him, that he has a big secret. That is obvious, and she doesn't know what it is, but she knows that it ties to him and ties to how he's always saving the day and he's always there for his friends, etc. And she wants him to be able to understand that she will accept whatever it is she cares about him. And she just wants to see him happy and content. She doesn't want to see him feel alone, feel isolated, feel like he can't share anything with anybody. And I think it's a really meaningful thing, because of the episode itself and the moral that we had in this episode and the previous few episodes, going all the way back to the season 3 finale and beyond that, of when Clark wanted to tell Lana his secret before she left for Paris, being that he's struggling to be able to accept sharing a secret with anybody because of all the horrors and things that have happened to the people that know about his secret, that are very limited as it is already. What's happened to Pete and the relationship that they've gone through, and the turbulence that he had whilst dealing with keeping Clark's secret. And it totally makes sense why Clark would be conflicted. I just wish he could acknowledge that with Chloe. It's a very similar situation to the Pete one though, so it's a very hard one. Like, I can toss and turn both ways right now. Like, one minute I'm 100% Clark should realise that he should tell Chloe. The next minute I'm like, well, look at what happened to Pete, and it does make sense why it's so conflicting for him. But something else that I thought was really meaningful for this episode as well was the conversation between Clark and his parents towards the end, where both of them, in their own way, admittedly say that, or admittedly imply that their fears and opinions may have also influenced Clark's opinions and fears as well, because they only want to protect him. But in doing so, it can also prevent him from being happy and really being able to share everything with somebody like he deserves to be able to have, like everybody else on the planet. So I love that Martha was the first one to address that and say those things. And then I also loved how Jonathan sort of reiterated it in his own way as well, by saying that he's not sure about if Lana is the right one for him now, but there will be a right one someday and he will be able to share everything with them then. I thought that was a really good tie-in. And quite a bit of character development for Jonathan, especially with how he feels and how close guarded he keeps that secret, because he loves Clark and he wants to protect him no matter what. So to be able to give Clark that advice, and just for Clark to kind of, even though it's painful for him right now and he might not be able to acknowledge it in this current moment, he will be able to acknowledge it in the future, that there will be a time where somebody will find out and you will be able to share everything with them and they will still love you anyway. So I thought that was a really meaningful one. But I haven't even talked about the whole plot of the episode yet. I just had to get off that ending part because I thought it was quite a, quite a big one, really. Even though it feels like it's very nuanced and, we don't focus on it in terms of the whole episode throughout or the last few, but it's constantly always there, and it's Clark's feelings about, who he is and where he's from and how he's not able to share that, and that's one of the main things of his identity. So I feel like it is a main factor in the show that continually gives us an insight in towards his feelings and why certain situations happen, why he feels certain ways and why he acts on those certain feelings, whether or not we agree or disagree with them. They totally explain it really well and do make you find a way to be able to relate to him in certain contexts. So I think they do a really good job of that. But anyway, going back to the episode itself, I thought this was a really fun episode. I really enjoyed the concept of it being like a toxin that has got out into Smallville gradually from Luthor Corp. From Lex's experiments that he was doing on the meteor rocks, which I'm glad that we brought that back again, because we know that he's been doing things like that. We know he's been doing it for a while, but it's always, subtly mentioned, or we get hints towards those things and those possibilities, but we never necessarily fill them out until, well, I shouldn't say that actually, because we do fill out our stories, but you know what I mean, like we step away from it because we want to build the tension and the drama of when we step back into it. So then when we go back into an episode like this and we find out that Lex is still heavily on investigating the kryptonite rocks, or the meteor rocks I should say, because he doesn't know it's kryptonite, and experimenting on them to see what sort of powers they have and what sort of things they can do, is surprising, because you go a period of time not necessarily thinking about it. But I do like that we've gone back there and we've tied into that they've created this toxin that can produce your darkest fears, and it puts you in a constant state of panic until you die, until your body gives out and you die, which is crazy to think about. What an insane concept. I loved how they started the episode. I thought that was brilliant, and I want to talk about that specifically, that opening sequence for a minute, specifically because the reason I think it's so brilliant is they make it blatantly obvious what they are doing with the conversation Clark and Lana has immediately off the bat. You know something is up. And then you get to them starting to make out and about to get into having potentially sex. Then you get into all of that and you're thinking it has to be a dream. But whose dream is it? Is it Clark's dream or is it Lana's dream? Then you start to probably lean on Clark because Clark is single. He still has the lust for Lana. Yes, Lana still does love Clark, but she is in a relationship with Jason. And she has considerable feelings for him, without a doubt. So you fall there for a second. Then Jason comes in, and Clark and Jason get in a bit of a scrap, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, why would he be in Clark's dream? And why is Lana acting like this? And then you think maybe it's Lana's dream? I don't know. And you get the blood on Clark, so it signifies it's a dream for people who were paying attention, or people who should have known by that point that it was a dream. There is your biggest indicator that he's bleeding from Jason punching him, and Jason putting some good shots on him as well, and also came off like a stalker psychopath in this sequence, which was quite interesting. So you know something is up just from there. I honestly, had it continued that throughout the next 5-10 minutes, I'd be thinking, am I on the wrong episode? Like, I'd be thinking I'd skip something. That's how good of writing it was, because you get to this batshit crazy moment of Lana then stabbing Jason after he's saying that, like, you'll never get away from me, which is just insane to think about. And you're thinking, so Lana's a bit like a villain now, what is going on? And as it transitions back and you realise that the dream was in fact Jason's, and it wasn't a dream, it was a nightmare that he was having in daytime around people in the Talon, and it makes him fall off the barrier, was it unbelievable? Like, I can't tell you how well done that was, guys, because it's one of those things where they blatantly show you what they are doing, and you think, oh, this is really cool, but it's kind of obvious where they're going. How do they make this interesting? How do they take this sequence and go, we need to flip it on its head so people don't know what to expect? And then you put in the twist of, well, we bring in Jason and this happens and that happens. Oh, but what if we make it so that the dream is in fact Jason's and it's not Clark or Lana's? And that's how we opened the episode. It was just fantastic. I really, really loved that opening sequence. It was just shot beautifully. Talking about things that were shot beautifully, got to give two major shout outs to the makeup on Lana. Especially, I have to mention her first, because I thought that was unbelievable. And one I don't think I had the opportunity to mention during the reaction, but I thought Chloe's makeup in the mental institute and the like safe costume to stop yourself from harming yourself. I thought both of those scenes looked really good. I thought Lana's especially more, because they did a lot more with like her eyes, mystifying them and making them seem a bit more like demony. And I thought that they did a bit more with her, I would say, like jaw and teeth, I suppose, as opposed to Chloe. But the reason they did was because Lana's was more vocal and it was more of a close shot on the face, whereas Chloe's was more of supposed to be a shock and a horror aspect. So when you compare it like that, it's quite hard to. And I don't want to shit on Chloe's, because I thought Chloe's makeup in that scene was brilliant. I just thought the way they did Lana's and the extent they went to with hers was absolutely amazing. I really, really thought it was good. So I have to give a special mention to that. But we got to go throughout the episode and got to see all our main characters gradually get infected. We got to see Chloe and Clark try to work together to go and find out what was happening at LuthorCorp. And we saw Lex immediately concerned, so we knew he knew something was up, and he's just keeping it to himself as always. Chloe gets infected, and Clark has to take her to the hospital, and Clark still hasn't been infected at this point, so we know that he is resistant, which was something I expected to some extent. But then I also questioned, could it not like speed it up for him? Because of obviously it being directly from the kryptonite. But no, he did have a level of resistance to it because of his powers and his abilities. However, it did eventually catch up with him, and he got to live his own nightmare, which was one of my favourite sequences of the entire episode. I honestly think some of the sequences in this episode are some of the very best. Like, it really was shot beautifully. I thought the meteor shower for Clark's was shot brilliantly, and it just comes out of nowhere, just like the rest of the dreams have and the nightmares have. And it's just a beautiful way they did it, with blowing up the hospital, blowing up Lana's hospital room, having her get out of her bed, see Clark and kill him, or in fact being an alien that has lied to her and she just can't accept it, being his biggest fear. Was just a beautiful way to have Clark experience that, but also seeing that he then woke up from it and his blood and his body has cured himself. His powers have obviously fought off the symptoms of the kryptonite and regenerated to the point he was healed, whereas nobody else had healed to that point and they were all dying. So he then goes to Lex to offer his blood because he doesn't want anybody else to die, and he's found his parents, and Lex wouldn't accept it at first, which I thought was really lucky from him, but Clark didn't want to risk the antidote going wrong again after the first failure, so he destroyed it. And then he gave Lex his blood, I assume, because Lex knocked himself out, taking the antidote himself and testing it when it didn't work. I can only imagine that Clark has given him his blood along with everybody else, and that's how we've got them out of the nightmare form. But that means that Lex has Clark's blood. I'm not so worried about everybody else. It's Lex that's the big issue for me. He will be interested in how everybody was healed. He will be interested in what is inside Clark's blood that gave him this healing ability. Regardless of if he thinks he's superpowered or not, it's just a general, well, his blood heals people. There must be something special in it. I need to learn about it. Then it's going to drive him into more and more and more. And inevitably he's going to find out. And I hate thinking about it. I hate thinking about the fact that Lex Luthor is going to find out. I just don't want it to happen. Like, I love their relationship, and like I've said it so many times, but it genuinely is going to devastate me when their friendship is officially over. I feel like it is just going to shatter my heart, and I am not prepared for it, guys. I'm really not. I have to admit, I was really surprised at the ending though, with Jason leaving Lana. That was something that caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to leave in this episode. I'm sure that he's going to come back because we still have too much of a story left to tie up with him. Even if he leaves after that, I feel like he needs to come back to tie certain things up. Like, we've only just been introduced to his mum, who is potentially a witch. We don't know why, in fact, him and Lana met in the first place. We just know that they met in Paris. Was that all coincidental, or was it destined for something more? Like the fact that they met in Paris, the fact that he came back to Smallville with her, they've been together for 6 months now or whatever. It's a pretty serious relationship, and I was just really surprised to see him go out that way. I hope he comes back. I think it'd be a really missed opportunity if he doesn't. I don't think he's gone permanently. That's why I don't think I'm too annoyed about this. I feel like there's gotta be some sort of general conclusion. There has to be something beyond this, so I feel like I'm waiting for that. But if there isn't, I will definitely talk about that again in the future. We're just gonna have to wait and see, because I feel like that is a loose thread that needs to be completed. And I also don't think Lana's gonna want to give up on a relationship either. I feel like she's gonna want to fight for it. But I do want to know what is going on with Jason and his mum, and what is really there. Does he know about her having powers? Is there something there to it? Is their relationship potentially strained because of that as well? Or is it generally just because of like the manipulative tendencies that he's mentioned previously? I'm very, very curious about that, and I want to find out more. I mentioned Chloe's mum. Oh, I know what I haven't mentioned. Lionel Luthor. He wasn't in too much of this episode, but he was in this episode, in fact. We got a scene between him and the warden where he has been told he has gotten released from jail. He is getting released from jail. Like, how? How has his thing been overturned? He had some mysterious benefactor who has obviously greased certain wheels and been able to pull this off. And that means they have significant reach, because Lionel even openly admitted to the warden he tried everybody and nobody was willing to accept it from him, and all of them stated he would spend the rest of his life in prison. So this mysterious benefactor has to be somebody significant, and I'm really curious to find out who it is. I believe this mysterious benefactor is going to be the same woman, or maybe it's not that woman, it's somebody that woman worked for. I assume it is the woman, though, that we met very, very briefly in episode 6 with Edgar, Lionel's cellmate, and when Edgar finally got out of prison and left, he went with somebody. And we don't know who this mysterious person is yet. So I feel like that's going to be who it is, because she's the only other person I can think of that has this potential sort of reach and output to be able to pull something off like this. Maybe it is somebody completely different, but I feel like that is a little bit of a setup there. So I think it's going to be that person. And we also find out that Lionel does not want to leave prison. He actually feels that he deserves to be in prison. He doesn't want to go, and he feels he can do the most good in prison, which is quite interesting. Not something I expected from Lionel. I still don't know if he's playing this long game or he genuinely has changed. I mentioned it in the previous episodes, but I'm open to seeing his change, but we still need to see a lot more. None of this has sold me on Lionel yet. We've had too much shit from him for me to just be convinced by him now. So I need to see a lot more. He needs to do a lot more and a few significant things for me to really see that Lionel's changed. But they're continually pushing this, so I'm certainly seeing that we're going to be seeing a different Lionel for a period of time. Whether it's an act or not, we're just going to have to wait and see. But I am curious to see where they go with Lionel, especially considering at the very end we see him released from jail and somebody picks him up. We assume it's this mysterious benefactor, and when Lionel gets in the vehicle, he laughs and he says he should have known, implying that Lionel knows who this is. So Lionel obviously has a relationship with this person, or at the very least he knows of this person, and this person is quite a large character in the universe of so I assume this is going to be a big player, somebody that is in the similar sort of leagues as Lionel Luthor, if not higher. So I'm curious to know who that is going to be. I'm really intrigued, actually. Because obviously Lionel's got so much power and so much outreach that I'm fascinated by somebody that would have more than him, and how they would have more than him, and how they could be an interesting antagonist. Or potentially an ally. We just don't know yet. We don't know anything about this character. So I want to explore a lot more of this mysterious character and see where we go with this. I also expect the blood to come back up in the future. I don't expect that to go under the rug. I feel like Lexi is going to investigate that. There's no way I see him not taking the opportunity to do it. I would be really, really surprised if he didn't. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to go with the next episode. Do we go back into the story with Jason and Genevieve? Do we continue on this episode and go along the lines of the Lex and the Blood route? Do we continue down the Chloe path that we just started on, and the fact that she found her mum? You know, we could also bring Lois back into that type of story as well, being that it would be Lois's aunt, and obviously they're related, and it gives me Lois Lane back, because I hate the episodes without her now, even though I think these episodes have been amazing without her. And that's sort of what I was talking about at the start of this episode, guys, where I was talking about how good season 4 has been. Like, I absolutely love Lois Lane. I think she is the best part of season 4, and she's been in it for about half of the episodes so far, right? But in the episode she hasn't been, there has not been a drop off in level, in storytelling, in acting, in writing, and that really says something about a show. Like, I thought the first 3 seasons of Smallville have been phenomenal, but this is a level up again, and I don't see how they're going to keep leveling it up, but they keep surprising me. So I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how they do it in the next few seasons. But I don't see how we go higher than this, because this is like peak for me right now. Like, we're getting good story. It's very comedic. The character development has been phenomenal. I think the individual stories they do at the moment are unbelievable. Even the ones that don't revolve around the main plot, they always subtly sprinkle in the main plot now, which is, like, I just think is even better. Like, I prefer something where you get individual stories and you can enjoy an individual episode, but you still get hints of an overarching thing. That's when you're really able to connect with a TV show, in my opinion, or a set of characters in a universe, because you're able to genuinely grow with them, and you're able to see them come over small turbulences and triumph in small areas. So when you get to the bigger overarching stories, it means a lot more, and you feel a lot more of a connection to them, and you care about them a lot more. At least that's how I feel anyway. So I really enjoy individualistic episodes, like you guys probably are very aware of by now. Like, I still really enjoy the episode of, I'm going to bring it up real quick because I know a few of you guys aren't a massive fan of it, but I still really like the episode where you meet the alien in season 2, but he's not actually an alien, he just believes he's an alien. The kid that gets bullied, that we thought could have been from Krypton. I think it's like 217 or 218, around there. Like, I still really enjoy that episode for the concept of how it's supposed to be the first time you watch it. Even though I already know what's going to happen that episode now, and it might not be as enjoyable for me if I go back and watch it again, I still really appreciate that episode for the individual story it gives you, where you are in that current moment in time, how you view the character, especially if you don't have back knowledge on him and what the story is telling you for this individual episode. I think it's done really well, and it's very similar with these ones. I'm really enjoying the story right now, but with these ones as well, unlike that one, you're getting more of the overarching story with it as well, and you're getting like a little scene of Lionel in this episode where he has been released from prison by a mysterious benefactor, and we're going to follow up with that in the future. We just got to get to that point. Same with Chloe and her mum. I wonder if that's going to come back in the future. I'm sure it will in some way, shape or form, whether it's to do with Chloe directly or it's actually going and finding her mum. Same with Jason and Genevieve. Like, I like all of these threads right now and how they're intertwining them with one another and weaving them in and out, but still making a cohesive story. I think Smallville is really, really well done. It's well written. The casting is brilliant. The acting is amazing. And I think a lot of the shots and what they do with the budget in this show is really, really well done. I can certainly see how this was like a staple for future superhero shows, and this really was like a stepping stone. This set the standard of what you should be doing and how you should be doing it, and the only way you should be only doing this, if not you should be improving. This was a beautiful example of that, and I think Smallville is just a testament to it, and I'm enjoying every episode at the minute, guys. I have to say that. I'm sure you noticed already, but I really do love this show. It means a lot to me. The characters mean a lot to me, and I love the experience I'm having in the show watching it, and also the experience that I'm having with you all, being able to watch it for the first time and share these moments with you, to be able to talk about it and discuss it in the lengths that we do, is just amazing. Some of you guys give me some great insights to it, whether it's knowledge on the episode itself, whether it's outside knowledge from behind the scenes of the episode, or it's general lore about the show, and you always do it without actually spoiling anything for me and taking those things into consideration, which I really appreciate as well, because that amplifies my experience, which will also make for a better experience for you all when you're watching with me. So it's just something that I really enjoy and appreciate, and there's no way I could have started with a different series. I think this was the perfect one because I've really felt the love of the show from the community that it has, and I really enjoy talking about it and just reveling in the lore and the idea of Smallville and the characters that we know and love, and the ones that I'm starting to know and love. So I just wanted to put that out there, guys. I really wanted to mention that. I love interacting with you guys, and you're a massive part of why this channel is a channel in the first place, why we do reaction videos, and why I continue branching out and doing different shows as well, because your support and your interactions and just the way that your passion for the show is something that inspires me, and it helps motivate me to continue with my passions and doing these things that I love as well. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to you guys at the end of this reaction, because we're firing out these Smallville episodes now. We've done so many of them at this point, but not an episode goes by where I don't think about that and I don't appreciate it. So I want you all to know exactly how I feel regarding that. But I think I've covered everything regarding the episode now, guys. I don't think I've missed anything that I needed to address, but if there was anything in particular that you guys wanted me to mention, then please let me know in the comments down below like you always do, along with your thoughts and opinions on the episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? How do you think the season is going at the moment? How did you like the dream or the nightmare aspects in this episode? What did you think about it? And did the first part of this episode catch you off guard like it caught me off guard? Did you have that same sort of thing where it's like, oh, it's blatantly obvious what they're doing, but then when it goes to Jason, you're like, holy shit? Because I thought that was really well done. I love storytelling like that, where they trick you into feeling a sense of security in what you're watching and believing you know what's going to happen, and then just throwing a spanner in the works. They're the best kind of stories and the best kind of writing. So let me know all those things in the comments down below, guys, along with obviously if you enjoyed the episode or if you didn't, because I love to hear from you and I love interacting with you like I mentioned a few minutes ago. So let me know all those good things down in the comments below. But I hope you all enjoyed this reaction, and if you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe for more. I do really appreciate all your support, guys. It does mean the world to me, so thank you for that. Stay tuned for the next Smallville reaction, or whatever reaction I get out first, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.